Alright, well, here we go. It is time for us to continue this entire playthrough of Emperor, which has been going pretty, let's be fair, pretty rough. Game's giving me a lot more challenge than I expected on the hardest difficulty, but that's nice. And as such, we will be continuing, or what was it? The historical campaign of the Zhao dynasty? Or was it the Qin? Pretty sure it's the Zhao. Yeah, it's the Zhao dynasty. And I'll be mispronouncing every single Chinese name in the process, so I do apologize for that, but what can I say? Not that proficient. But yeah, so without much further ado, we recently finished a mission. I can remember what it was because it's been so long since we played this, like 2 whole weeks. But all I remember is that our capital, Pingyang or Hao or Anyi, one of those, I'm not sure which one, will burn to the ground. And as such, we are going to be rebuilding our capital, if I remember correctly. And we're going to make it a lot better, a lot more cool, and a lot smarter. So, now that we got that out of the way, maybe we can actually play this game. So, I already quickly glanced over the objectives. Let's do it again. So for today's objective, we need to get a population of 3,250 people in a humble compound, and a temple complex must be built. The humble compound most likely being the real challenge here. We are giving city walls, which is quite nice, quite excellent. We have access to a stone quarry. Oh my, that's new. And we have access to copper ore deposits. I believe there's fishing opportunities all the way down here, and I did see some pandas roam about. We have access to a farmhouse in hemp. Ew, even silk, excellent. We have access to clay pits, logging sheds, kiln. Wow, okay, we have access to everything. So yeah, let's make something nice out of the city, somehow. So since the entire river over here, the south coast, could be dedicated to fishing, I might actually want to turn this little area down here into a storehouse. So the upper two areas could be dedicated to the houses themselves. Now I'm quickly gonna pull up a little sheet that I made, like 10,000 years ago at this rate, that describes some interesting stuff related to... No, that's XCOM, get out of here. Some stuff that related to, did I write it down? I mean, if I did, I can't find it. Uh-oh. Oh no. Well... Ah, here we go. It's literally one line. A 58 tall loop. Which apparently is the quality that I could expect. Or the quality, the size of the loop that I could expect to work. Yeah, we have a nice large area. If we check out the water table, you can see that there's a lot of land that we can harvest as well. We have access to wheat and soybeans. Did mention the fish already. We can also finally build some irrigation channels to really improve that delicious yield. I don't think there's much else to add to it really. I think our first living block should be in this area. It's gonna be cool. Hey Slavik, how you doing? How cool will it be? How cool will it be? So this requires a little bit of thinking and planning out. That's one of the major takeaways that I've had up until this point. If you don't plan out your city properly enough, it's all gonna fall apart. Yep, it's all gonna fall apart. I think I made an impossible shot. Well, that's great to hear. Okay, let's see if we can stick to the main road. If you have Discord, I could send you a pic. Yes, but I have no idea what my ID will be. Hmm. I also noticed that Discord's having some issues today. Special issues. Don't even think it's working properly. I'm looking around. I'm like, alright, where am I gonna build my city? And I'm struggling quite a bit. Not gonna lie. Struggling quite a bit. So, if we're talking about 58 tiles, right? That is 24 in one direction, 7 in another. Just delete the roads. Wow, alright. Okay, sir, I see how it is. Just delete the roads. That's awful. Alright, here we go. For a progressive Middle Kingdom. I probably will want to get rid of those as well, but they're gonna be blocking my path. So let's say that something is 7 wide, right? So let's say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now over here, that's where the first house would show up, or the first road. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look at me trying to methodically plan this out. This is quite interesting. And I do believe the way that this works at the moment is A, me dying, but B, I would also need... Holy crap, I've gone rusty. I do really apologize for this. Holy crap, I am rusty as all hell. My brain just cannot compute at the moment. I had this really great setup and I just can't remember it for the life of me. Okay, let's say that, there you go. Huh? Get rid of that. Build an additional house. There. Let's actually make sure that we finish this mission in under 20 hours. Thank you very much. Something ain't right about this. I don't know anymore. I'm ready to give up. Thanks for watching, guys. No, but seriously though. I seem to have made a stupid miscalculation. I don't understand how, why, or what. Shouldn't this be over here? Remove that, remove him, remove that. So we're just gonna very slowly plan out the city so that I can go bankrupt and we have to redo all of this again. But it'll be worth it. It will be worth it. I did mention 58 tiles. We'll see how long that is gonna keep up. Also, I probably should make sure that, yep, they're not manning it. Excellent. So I do believe that we're gonna start off with a little red residential wall right over here. This one is gonna leave in, allow those guys to come in. Nobody else is gonna go in or out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this setup is not proper. That's okay. Holy crap. Hey! At least we're getting somewhere. At least we're getting somewhere. This is important. This is great. You can hear the excitement in my voice. I'm very happy about this. Right. This one also allows those guys through. No, slap down a simple inspector tower. But this will be the basic setup. Now, of course, we have to provide basic services as well. Let's make sure we get that going. We have a hut, we have a well. Eventually we need an herbless stall, acupuncture. Watchtower is going to be quite handy to have. So this is 1, this is 4, that is 8, 9, 10, 11, that's 22. 22 minus 58, that is 36. 18, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. This is how we're gonna do it. This is gonna be my new loop-de-loop. Let's see how it plays out. Better yet, let's see how this is going to fill. Anyways, if it fills, at least it will fill tremendously, right? At least it will fill tremendously. Oh joy. Let's slap a watchtower down here. Herbless stall right at this corner. Then we need religion. Music schools as well eventually, but right now we need religion. And I think that's all the basic services taken care of. It definitely looks like that's the basic services taken care of. But one exception, and that is the noticeable lack of... oh boy. That is the noticeable lack of taxation. Which of course, I'd love to do some taxation. Who doesn't? A happy government employee is one that likes to collect taxes. Yeah, you need to build an administrative center. Okay, get out of here. Also, I recently learned that this thing does tend to give up a quite pleasant desirability. There you go. Now I could build this thing down here. I'm not sure if that's what I actually want to do. So, building the administrative city inside a complex for mansions or whatever they're called. Elite housing does increase the desirability quite significantly. Anyways, I don't care about that. I'm more concerned about the fact that we could be using this area down here for stuff like, you know... Oh, okay, well, guess that solves that issue. I was gonna say for stuff like warehouses, but seems like that problem resolved itself already. Now I don't want to build too large, because the larger you build, the more dreadful the job market becomes. Alright, with all of that underway, let's also build some fishing quays. No, I have a really good feeling about this map, and that scares me. That means that this map is gonna throw me a curveball and a half that's not gonna be very funny. Like, look at how many fishing quays we can stash here, basically. Like, that can't have a happy ending. There's no way that that can have a happy ending. Okay. We'll build a watchtower all the way at the edge. There we go. Okay. Good. Very good. Let's get this party started, shall we? Employees needed. This is the dangerous part about pre-building a city. As long as there's no employees available yet. Ooh, we have a trade route. With who? With Quofu. Who's willing to buy bronzeware Okay, well, I mean, we can trade bronzeware. Welcome back to Slavic. But yeah, since it takes a little while for these guys to arrive, it's very possible some buildings will explode or burn down. Because the inspectors are not walking around yet, but it seems like we for now have dodged the bullet. Alright, so water is required. What do you guys export? Jade, clay and stone. You sell bronzeware and silk. You're willing to buy wood. We can definitely take advantage of that, and the carved jade. So I need to start establishing some trade routes as soon as possible. I think one of the first ones is also woo, but in order to do that I first want to start stockpiling stuff like fish. So after food they probably want different types of food, which will be quite nice, but they most likely also will want something along the lines of hemp. I think that should be my next objective to work towards. If we can cause these cities to basically grow as quickly as possible, I can take advantage of that. Let's not forget about the irrigation channels. An irrigation channel a day keeps the starvation away. But yeah, I also gotta beware bankruptcy. That is definitely something that I do not want to trigger upon myself yet again. We do it so often. See if we can maximize some of the space. Don't particularly care much for this road, but we'll keep it here. So yeah, administrative city. That is one of the next things I should most definitely be building. Yes, we can build it down here. And then we can also start collecting taxes. Oh, hold on, what are you? A mint. Oh my. Do we have silver on the map? Do we have silver on the map by any chance? Those are just regular rocks. Or do we just conjure money out of thin air? I'm also okay with that. As long as it's government regulated, right? Surely inflation won't kill us. Messages, empire, undo, go to the latest event, tax problems, help. Table of content? The mint. The mint must be built next to a road on a clear terrain. You may only have one mint in your city and it requires labor. Miners from the mint go to the copper ore sites to gather copper ore, which the mint will turn into strings of cash for your treasury. Furthermore, when you have a mint, your cash revenues from trade are automatically increased. Ooh. Oh my. Okay, so the mint is basically incredibly important for us to have, so let's try to get that going as soon as possible as well. Ah, shit. I forgot to build a tax office. Okay, so with that taken care of, next up we should look towards also doing some lodging, right? Cut down some trees and whatnot. Yeah, this will work for now. You will just accept wood. That's bronze, by the way. You'll just accept wood. You'll also have a inspector tower walking around or standing around. Which is really unfortunate because that means I gotta build a second inspector tower for the people outside. Then we go to our industry right over here. We'll build one lodging sledge. Actually, make it two. Whatever. Okay, how's this going? Blend food, that's something that should be coming up soon enough. Let's bump this to the max. Higher the rate, the less workers we need. It's only 10 workers, yeah. And once we actually start stockpiling some items, we can either make sacrifices to the gods, or we can do something fun, such as sending it to other people for trade offers. 1, 2, 3. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Yup, that works. So let's quickly take a look here. So a wheat field in this case has its okay, so the harvest seasons are 50-50. Gotcha. I can work with this. Okay, I see where I screwed up. That's okay. We'll be okay. Did you watch the Vampire Dies in No Time anime yet? No, I completely forgot about it, to be fair. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Hope you're doing well though there, gamer. Yeah, that works. Then we have a wheat field. Oh boy, this is gonna get very awkward very quickly, isn't it? Yeah, this road is incredibly convoluted at the moment. It's actually blocking me in a very nasty way, but I think we can manage. So one thing that we could do, you can watch on the Funimation app. Oh no, not Funimation. Isn't Funimation like the thing that got created after like Crunchyroll and something else were merged together? That's literally my entire knowledge of everything. Let me just quickly see. I think it had a range of 5 in the table of contents, and then we are looking towards I, irrigation, 5 tiles. So if I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if I want these things, 1, 2, oh god, hold on. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. Alright, so the good news is, one simple irrigation ditch right over here. This will irrigate the entire farm. I'll try to remember it. I'll try to remember it and check it out. My memory is not what it used to be. Okay, go up here, replace the road. Ah, bollocks. Man, I am pouring so much cash into this. This is insane. And not in a good way either. Okay, so next up I want to build a hemp farm. 1, 2, 3. He isn't interested in the run-of-the-mill garbage anyway. Ah man, I've watched my fair share of garbage Star. Don't worry about that. One of the main issues I've been having as of late as well is that I'm simply just running out of stuff to watch on Netflix because I am way too much of a consumer, gasp. Ah. Ah. Alright, this is close enough. Welcome to Irrigationville. Population 13. Okay, but we have a serious issue on our hand though. There we go. We are not producing enough food. Because my boats are not running at max capacity because we need too many workers. So first of all, I'm gonna shut down the tax-related items. That should ease down on it quite a bit. Aren't these places 100% watered already? Ah, shit, you're right. I remember it being mentioned that using irrigation you can boost fertility beyond 65% fertility. Yeah, so I misunderstood that. Rip. Because rip us. Hey! Did I just saw that correctly? Ah, probably not. Okay, cool. Next up is plain food, which we're already working on, thanks to that little farm over here. And eventually I'm probably gonna need a secondary farm as well. But if we don't need irrigation ditches, let me just quickly look at the table of contents again. But if we don't need it, then I'll just stop using it from this point forward. I'm not gonna remove the existing ones, because, you know, we are slowly losing all the cash we have. An irrigation ditch, man-made water channel, bring water to your crop. Irrigation pump. Nope, it doesn't mention anything about it, so... I don't know why I was thinking that. Maybe I'm confused with something else. Gunpowder or something that you can throw in your crops to make them explode into a frenzy of... whatever the hell you want to call it. Okay, so far we have almost fully addressed our food issue, which I'm quite happy about. Population milestone of 500, we're making some decent progress. And we are now officially stockpiling wood. We also have unemployment. And we're gonna need plain food, which we're working on. And I'm actually secretly very happy that, knock on wood, punch a wall, whatever you want to say, that nothing has caught fire yet. Okay, but since we are now officially getting wood and raising taxes, I can start sending out some gifts to my friends. Which is gonna be rather important. Since I also need to appease to the gods, I might actually want to double down on the woodworks. Alright, it's time for us to stop doing this thing that I was doing earlier. Oh, no. No, I don't... I barely set up anything. Oh, you little bastards. Can't believe it. They're already launching an invasion against me. I knew there was a catch. I knew there was a catch. Screw Feng Shui right now. Yeah, let me just quickly block everything off with a simple smelter. That's terrible. I think it will be way smarter to have the smelters all the way up here, close to the source, but... Mistakes are already made, so... Okay, next up is the Inspector Tower. Let's see if we can get something going for that. When it comes to the industry, next up I need to... Man, I am in full panic mode here. Been watching Disenchanted too. It's good, but it's not as good as Futurama, Simpsons, Family Guy. Ugh. I've watched Disenchanted. It's really difficult. It's really difficult to talk about it. I don't think it's particularly bad, but it has severe issues in my opinion. It's the same guy behind Simpsons Futurama, yes. Futurama is coming back for another season. No, please no. No, 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 no. Oh, don't do that. Futurama's done. Done and dusted. No more. The problem is, in my opinion, I've actually watched quite a bit of Here we go, that's better. I've watched quite a bit of... Oh, not Disenchanted, Disenchantment. Okay. I don't know. Wait. I don't know. I don't know. Now I'm confused. Great. Anyways, I'm just gonna shut up and we're gonna be playing this game now. No, yeah, it's Disenchantment. My bad. I've watched it and I feel like a lot of the characters are just some souped up rework of the existing ones, which have either been pulled out of Futurama or Simpsons. It doesn't feel original, it feels mostly like a rehash of existing cast. And the setting itself, at first it seemed pretty decent, but the further you go along, the weirder it becomes. Some of it just doesn't mix very well, in my personal opinion, of course. Yeah, Elfo, Lucy, and Bean. There you go. Yeah, see, Disenchantment. There you go. But yeah, I've watched it. I don't think it's inherently bad. I just think it's not as great as people make it out to be. Okay, so we have access to crossbowmen, we have access to infantry. It lacks the characters in charm, but it's sort of... Actually, I think it has certain characters who show potential, but like I said, it's a lot of rehashed characters from Futurama, and... The other thing... I can't talk and build at the same time, I am so terribly sorry. Yeah. Either way, yeah, so... It's interesting, but... This is what it is. Okay, so these are the two... Palace is required to build more forts. Employees needed? Gasp! Anyways, this is really expensive on a lot of things that I'm currently doing, so I really just want to start sending out some stuff to my fellow friendly cities. Send them some gifts and whatnot. Try to make them happy. I might just need to bend my knee to the Mongol invasion. I think the main issue that just bothers me is the lack of consistency about certain things. And some of it feels a bit all over the place and convoluted. Beanie is basically female fry, correct? Elfo is like Bart, and Lucy is Bender. It's a very, very mix between Bender and something else. That's the part that I noticed basically the second I started watching the show. It's a lot of rehashed characters. Like, for example, the King does have certain vibes of Homer. But it's different, it's a bit different. It's like his own spin on it, I suppose. Because I know The Simpsons was modeled mostly after his, yeah, the Nomad camp launch, an invasion, I know. I know, for example, that The Simpsons was originally based off his family, loosely. But yeah, it is what it is. Alright, well, at least job-wise we've made up for the losses already, that's nice. Oh, god dang it, here's the fire. Of course. The prince might be Martin, yes. Yes, it is. And I think the latest seasons introduced a bear, which is one-on-one, oh, what do you call that bully again from The Simpsons? Fuck. I'm getting too old for this. Yeah, I guess it's more Rolf than Martin. Oh man. I forgot. I'm getting too old for this. They're willing to buy weapons, which is like something I'm ready to trade for. So we are gonna try to send them a gift of weapons whenever the opportunity arises. Is somebody actually gonna take care of the fire? Yep. Cool. Oh no. I'm starting to think that I actually might need to have 2 people walking around. Oh yeah, definitely, definitely, 100% definitely. Bye bye house. Hello watchtower. Everything just keeps burning. Alright, defeat. Wow, okay. That was quick. Wasn't even allowed to use my walls either. Golden Army, he said, would be funny, said. But yeah, that being said, like, you know, that aside, I think Disenchantment definitely has a certain place for it, or does have a place amongst the animation where it's, to an extent, unique. Sometimes it just feels really messy. Speaking about really messy, that's a piece to the gods. Have my wood. Bean curds? Oh, soybean curds, right. Hey, bushels of wheat. Family Guy is technically better. Okay, no it isn't. Family Guy is bad. Family Guy is... I have severe issues with Family Guy where I just can't watch it. It just makes me want to shoot myself. I hate it. I legitimately hate it. It's dumbed down humor that's... I'm really not a fan of it. I really am not a fan of it. Okay, I need some warehouses to start stashing some overflow food. This is where it becomes interesting. But when Family Guy is good, it's better. That's the problem. The Family Guy is just maybe the first few seasons, it's kind of okay, but I never was able to get into it. I just disliked it quite a lot. Okay, So, we're gonna be needing more warehouses, obviously. How many more are we talking about? I was thinking about slapping down at least 2 of them. We get rid of this road. Then we put down 2 warehouses. Why would I accept rice? Get out of here. I need fish. Then I need one more warehouse that accepts bean curds. There we go. 16 of them. Let's stop paying our people outrageous prices. And if I can establish a trade route and we can start selling our weapons, we can actually make a tidy profit. I do have access to silkworms as well, which could be quite beneficial too. Alright, give me my hemp. Ayo! Hemp away. Wait. I didn't make that sound. It doesn't do things anywhere near as tasteful as even Simpsons does. I think I talked about this a bit with somebody somewhere, but the problem with The Simpsons is that after like season 7, which I think at that point Matt Groening had already left, it went downhill pretty quickly. Like, episodes became less meaningful. They tried to forcefully inject camos of famous people. And nowadays it's not even about anything useful. It's just... There is no lessons learned, there is no permanent outcome, there is no anything interesting about it. It's like, if you watch an episode, I'm pretty sure from the late season, if you watch an episode for 20 minutes, it literally just wasted 20 minutes. I'm really harsh about it. I've always been somebody who watched quite a bit of The Simpsons. But I just can't, it's not great. Why am I talking about this type of stuff? Why are we not playing the game? I think South Park, for example, I really hate bringing up South Park because I feel like a lot of people will quite often praise South Park. But a lot of their topics are quite... What's the right word for it? Topical, because they have such a short time, or they produce the episodes basically really close to the date that they air. So it's quite topical. Even then, it's sometimes just whack and doesn't really make any sense. It's the only thing that I can watch without wanting to stab myself. Even that's a pretty, pretty wild claim. We need to start creating ceramics. I want to set up a little ceramics workshop, aka a place where we're going to be mass producing ceramics. Aka a place where I need to mass produce ceramics. I actually didn't watch South Park for 3 years or so, and I recently actually caught up on my slack. I think they also at one point had this episode, I can't remember. I'm too old for this. Yeah, I recently picked up Slack. You need to watch Crane Chin-chan. Yes, I've actually watched Chin-chan as a kid. Unless it's the same. Unless it's not the same. What am I gonna do? I need more. Happy New Year! Hygiene is ok, but it's getting worse. That's how you know it's getting worse, when they say hygiene is ok. Because that's how you know that hygiene is actually not ok. It's very un-ok. Oh yeah, by the way, can I revert this? Yes, I can. But did you, Shin-chan? As a kid, I really did enjoy it. I don't know. Alright, I want to stockpile some ceramics over here as well. Let's focus, because I'm getting way too sidetracked here. We're supposed to be building a city. A glorious city. So I think I need to build roughly about 6 of these for 3 clay pits. My brain is currently yelling at me, this is pretty overkill, what are you doing? You do not have the jobs available, but then again, look at that. Our houses are slowly but surely growing. I want to build an additional wheat farm. This is something I wanted to do before I got distracted by that Mongol invasion. There we go. And last but not least, let's slap in some wheat fields. Done. And you need to go and watch the modern Crayon Shin-chan. Maybe I should, yeah, maybe I should. The nomad camps demand tribute. Well, I demand them to shut up and go away. But we all can't have our way, right? Oh, I need so many people. Well, at least people are flowing into the houses quite nicely. Housing for 560 more people. So I think this is also roughly about the time where I need to start actually debating building a elite living district. Building an elite living district should allow me to house more military. Though I probably should take the first step of building a palace. I don't know why I'm making weird sounds. Don't question it. Yep. I think I need to wait for more jobs to appear, or more people to appear, and then we can expand our copper industry. But I'm very tempted to simply already build a mint. A mint is such a crucial building to have. There is no reason not to build it. Yeah! Hell yes, we're gonna be generating our own cash. Oh yeah, guess what I forgot about. Oops, sorry guys, here you go. Have some more of my wood. Hygiene is falling dangerously low. More hygiene is required. Right, so I did send them a bunch of wheat, so let's see if we can open trade with that city. I should probably also reach out to some other people. They're willing to buy wood, I should reach out to them as well. Oh, we have a trade route with them. These guys are willing to sell jade and they're willing to buy silk. Now this right here, this silk, that's gonna make me hella rich. So I think I'm gonna dedicate this area. Quickly take a look at the water table. Perfect. I'm gonna dedicate this entire... Why are you leaving?
I've been evicted by the greedy pig of a landlord.
Wait, why? Plain food. Why? Because I don't have enough farms. Oh shit, I did the farm expansion way too late. Alright. Okay. I need more farmhouses. 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Nomad camp demands tribute. I demand them to go away. I should be careful. I do not want to provoke them too early on. If I provoke them too early on, they're gonna retaliate and they're just gonna crush me. That will be the least desirable outcome, let's be fair. So let's see if I can actually get more hemp. Nasty empty spots, but it will have to do. But I think I'm burning through all my hemp, which is quite unfortunate. Rates are very high. If I can establish more trade routes, I can also purchase more food. They only sell G8. Let's shut down these industries as well. I just need the mint to work. Okay, for now we're actually having some evolution happen. But yeah, I'm on a very harsh time limit here. It's not looking too great at the moment. Trade agreement rejected by Wu? But why? I gave you wheat. Uh-oh. I think I'm gonna piss off the nomad camp. Gulp. Yeah, I'm gonna piss off the nomad camp. Alrighty, well, that's what it is. Wait, what? You guys don't have access to an Ancestral Shrine? Hmm. Yeah. I know. Ah! So next up, I want the evolution to keep going, so let's slap down a ceramic shop, which is the next thing they're going to be needing. Wait, what do you want? 12 bronzeware vessels. No. Notice how we're slowly going bankrupt as well. So what was my cash in/outflow last year? Not great. Not great at all. I only hope it's gonna get better soon. But in order for it to get better, I do need a trade agreement. I do need a trade agreement. This is not great. Oh shit. Yeah, this is problematic. Hold on. This is really the only viable spot? Looks like it. Okay, well, if I want to preserve the walls, of course, which I definitely do. Guess what I haven't done in quite a while now, which is gonna backfire as well soon. Tell the gods that I love them. Oh, that is alright though, because I can definitely make them feel very loved. There you go, have some ceramics. Oh my god, they're gonna murder me. I'm telling you, they're going to murder me. I'm scared. So theoretically speaking, I can't build anything anymore. At least we have nice, elegant dwellings now popping up. So the Ancestral Shrine actually can't rotate often enough, which is causing some people to devolve. They also demand silk. I think we're gonna have a confrontation. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. I'm not ready for this. I'm actually really worried at the moment. The nomad camp is demanding so many things at the moment. Gonna send an army to try and crush me. Well, I'm gonna get destroyed here. Stored weapons and stored wood. Okay. I'm spending so much cash at the moment. This is pretty bad. Alright, we're gonna be building crossbowmen though. God, they're gonna hate me. They're gonna hate me so badly. We have massive devolution happening at the moment. Oh no, 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 please. Why can't you stabilize for 0.5 seconds? I have so much wheat laying around as well, this is insane. Here you go, have 16 bushels of wheat. Now can we please have a trade agreement? Can we please have a trade agreement? I beg of you, I need it. So yeah, I should be at least trying to hit up Quofu and see if they're willing to they're not willing to buy anything useful. We could potentially sell some bronzeware, but I don't particularly care about bronzeware. Also, the gods are gonna hate me. Help. I'm in full panic mode, in case you couldn't notice yet. I want a trade agreement with wood to sell weapons, but now I'm starting to think that that is kind of pointless. As I don't seem to be able to I don't seem to be able to stabilize at all. How about I get a or I don't seem to be able to build up a stockpile of weapons at all. How about Grult und Bande? It's about the group of schoolgirls first age. Yes, I've heard about it. I've heard it's pretty weep. Oh no. Yeah, that's a bit problematic, ain't it? Hey, trade with Wu has finally opened. Okay, excellent. So this is like one of the more crucial things for me to get done if I want to survive. Right, but I can only have 1 mint per city. Come on, where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? I need to sell weapons, I need to sell wheat, and we're gonna need to sell silk as well, which is the next operation I'm gonna scaffold. First I need to turn a profit. Nomad camps becomes hostile. It's coming. Employees needed. Why? Why? Why is devolution happening? Appetizing food. Why is appetizing food lacking? I really should be importing food if I can as well. Oh wait, hold on. That's gonna bankrupt me. Oh Holy shit. Holy no, 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 no. Needs hemp, what do you mean it needs hemp? We have ample hemp available. Help. 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 I can't. I can't stabilize this. Why does this game hate me so much? Look at that. Look at that massive outflux of people. I am so dead. It's over, guys. It's over. It's over. It is 100% over. I can't even stabilize this. I'm trying to figure out where it went wrong, and I don't seem to be able to accurately pinpoint it right off the bat. They're gonna send their army to crush my face in. They'll destroy everything in their path. Oh man. Oh man. I'm buying fish, aren't I? I need to stop doing that. There's no point. Well, actually, it's fine. I can buy fish. I probably shouldn't be selling the wheat, matter of fact. Let's make sure that we appease to the gods. Wang Di, I believe he is the god of war, right? Wang Di is one of the legendary Chinese emperors. He was a great military leader. He and his wife are credited for many inventions when active in the city. Hong Di halves the building cost of kilns, silkworm sheds, weavers, satisfy any mates, ceramics. He helps the morale of chariot companies, and he can fight enemies both at home and abroad. What about you? Okay, so we gotta make this guy super duper happy. So happy that, matter of fact, he will come and say hi to our city. That he's going to do. Can I build more? Please tell me I can build more. No, maximum amount has been reached. This is why it is so damn crucial for me to build that elite housing, which we can't afford anymore. So from this point forward, it's all hands on deck. As long as we remain stable, stable and functioning, we should be fine. Stable and functioning, we should be fine, but I noticed that we just are unable to stockpile any hemp whatsoever. That worries me significantly. Can I import hemp by any chance? Doesn't look like it. So yeah, I think this is what's gonna kill me. But hey, we're having fun, right? 1 hour in, and we can restart yet again. Okay, I have decided that I am just gonna build something over here. Or it's a highly desirable area. I mean, I'm gonna have to build something eventually, let's be fair. Better to do it now than to do it later, right? If I can squeeze in at least some support, some additional support, that would be great. Herbalist stall. I don't know what exactly is all the items that I'm gonna be needing here. Don't think I need a well. Herbalist stall is important. That thing is important. I don't know what else to get. Probably need an acupuncture as well. One, two, three, four. Oh, this home needs one bill of hemp. Okay, well, oh yeah, that army is going to just annihilate us. Just want to be very clear about that. And I'm pretty sure that the exact location where they're going to be attacking is down there. Of course it is. Of course it is. I don't think an army of 2 is gonna hold off the enemy. Well, shit. Really living up to its name, I gotta admit. Mend the walls. Oh yeah, here we go. I'm gonna be losing all my farms in that case. As long as I do not destroy my weapon manufacturing, should be fine. Come on. Rally the troops. What do you mean, angry and whoa, hold on. Oh, you son of a... Of course they pick... ooh, angry. That's the right word that I have right now, I'm angry.
Beat the drum in warning. The invaders have reached the wall.
Angry ancestors have flooded your place. What a nonsense, nobody's angry. I'm thinking that we might be able to defeat these forces. But it doesn't help that they're standing right in the middle of me. Alright, well, let's rebuild what just got destroyed. What the same person would have said, right? Well, it's only just my quarries and my trade center. I guess that's not too bad. We can easily recover from that. That shouldn't be an issue. And we'll just keep importing fish in the meantime. That's the wrong building. I think we got this. I think we got this. Yeah? Invading force has been defeated. We've done it, guys. But at what cost? At what cost? They did hit all my farms, which means that we're gonna have a little food issue here soon enough. It didn't break through. This is why I wanted to keep the walls, because I knew this will happen eventually. I don't really need to rebuild the pump, do I? We did it. We're still alive. Alright, let's unmend those walls. Wow, we're still here. Oh, turns out that the rebuilding effort isn't the cheapest around. Shit. Well done. They hit me where it hurts, in the wallet. Good job.
With the help of my wife, Lei Zhu, inventor of silk production,
Can't believe
I
it.
can bolster your city's industrial
Neglected. What do you mean neglected? Get out of here. I need to find somebody who's, for example, willing to buy ceramics. But right now we need to rely on fish imports, rice imports. We need to sell weapons, we need to sell wheat. No, actually we need to sell weapons. Yeah, that's all I can sell at the moment. I guess we can also sell some wood. Thank you very much. But yeah, so we're gonna have a little bit of a financial scuffle here in a bit. Yeah, we're gonna have to buckle up for a while. Oh no, 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 please don't do this to me. Please, stay evolved, don't unevolve. Rudiments. What do you mean rudiment silk? Rudiment silk. Turns out it's actually Wu was being a jerk here. Well, Wu, there's not much I can do about this, which is really unfortunate because you are my main trading partner. Is there anybody I can buy silk from? I'll just take it in the... take it on the chin. Doesn't look like it. I am selling the wood, right? Yes. I'm pretty sure I can leave bankruptcy, but it all depends on... Ooh, reduce building costs, improve production yield. How about a special gift? A wonderful alligator. Ah, well. The nomad camp rebels. Your behavior has been reprehensible. I know. I'm revolting against you. You can forget my tribute. What? What the fuck are you talking about, buddy? You okay? Apparently the the nomad camp just completely lost it. They just went completely bonkers. Yeah, this is not good, not great at all. How about we import some G8 and then we export it? No. I'm gonna temporarily suspend some of my trade. I don't think we can turn a profit at this rate. Come on. Come on. It's all about those weapons. Sell enough weapons and we're in the positive. Also, the unemployment is gonna kill me at this rate. Debt anniversary. I know, I know. I know. We're fixing it, we're fixing it. There we go, we fixed it. Oh, told you we got this. But yeah, so Wu has gotten very funny ideas over here, which I'm not too happy about. No, on the notion of silk, I must say this game has gotten me really fired up right now, in a good way, not in a bad way. I like a game that actually does give you a challenge, which is what that's kinda like the impression I'm currently getting. This game is actually giving me a challenge. I'm 100% a-okay with that. Though I think I could have planned this out just a tiny bit better. Just a tiny bit better. I like how I left my debt Or I got out of debt, and here we are in debt again. And it's about to get really bad. Oh yeah, just an additional 1,000. Now we're gonna have to be patient here for a while. But we can do patient. That shouldn't be an issue. Let's keep appeasing those gods, because, you know, we are the friends of the gods after all. There we go. While simultaneously, we keep working the fields. High taxes prevent immigration. What do you mean high taxes? Get out. Just need a bit more. Just need a bit more. There are strings of unrest in the city. Oh, that's good on you. So we need to wait for next year to pop around, and then we can mass produce those trees. Come on. Somebody buy the weapons. Ka-ching. Alright, and that allows me to do this massive expansion, which is gonna be fantastic, because this allows me to empower my my silk industry. Which is gonna be the crowning achievement on how we're planning to make money. I can't fucking believe we beat the Mongol army and they just ran off. Man, that's so good. So I think we need 2 weavers per thing, so that is 12 weavers. Oh boy. Let's go for 9. Let's start with 9 weavers. 6, 7, 8, 9. There you go. And this is gonna free up a crap ton of jobs as well. All I can hope is that people are eventually willing to come back to the city. And we're gonna keep buying rice and fish. Because I never rebuilt my fish industry, in hindsight. We have a severe food issue. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but we have a severe food issue. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You feel neglected, do you now? Here you go. So food-wise, we are sorry, money-wise we're surviving, but food-wise we have a bigger issue on our hands. To offset some of the necessary jobs, we're gonna be turning down some of these. Here we go. Buildings. It's all about that silk. Oh shit. I screwed up, guys. I screwed up. Oh no. I should just be accepting silk. Alright. Pangyang suffers from famine. I like how they suffer from famine, but they're asking for a very specific food type. It's greedy bastards. Nomad camps and launches an invasion. Can I just surrender and then, you know, ignore you for a while and then rebel? How did I just lose so much cash? Unknown. Who thinks less of you? Uh-oh. I hope Wu is not gonna think that I'm a pushover. Oh no, 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 no. I mean, once the silk gets flowing, we should be fine, right? Right. Where? Where's the trader? I need that trader. Come on, buddy. Where you at? I need you to make a few purchases here. There he is. Opinion thinks less of you. Well, I fixed your famine issue. I don't know why you think less of me. New residents are arriving. Trade with Wu has been suspended. Buddy, why? We're great friends, aren't we? Have some wheat. There you go. Take some. take a small gift of weapons as well. Let's also quickly make a save, just so we don't have to redo all of this. I'm trying to walk a very delicate line between appeasing to people and bending over. Though I'm probably doing more of the latter than the prior. Ah, they're attacking the same place again? Come on. We'll surrender. So I have a really great plan, right? So eventually they're going to attack me and we're going to beat them up and we'll break free, yada yada yada. We're quite familiar with that. That shouldn't be an issue. But since we are now their subject, we get a trade route, right? Right? No? Ah. Damn it. Well, could have been fun. Could have been fun. Alright, so exalted, joyful, and pleased. So the most important part here is that we make sure that these people remain happy. That shouldn't be an issue. We have a few houses here that we're slowly building up as well. But first of all, Wu needs to start trading with me again. If Wu is refusing to trade, then we will slowly go broke. Wu's my lifeline. Bingo. Like I said, Wu's my lifeline. Lifeline has been re-established and we will keep building more houses. So we need 50 people in, what was it? Humble compounds. I think this should be more than enough. Let's finalize this. Just like that. Just want to leave room for one additional set of these things. Oh, actually, I say that, but that's not entirely true. I don't know what else they're gonna need. They say they need a marketplace, so let's just give them their marketplace. Nice grand square. It's gonna be grand, don't worry about it. And we build a nice little red residential area wall. And this is becoming quite expensive by the minute. I mean, I knew that that would happen, but still. Not the funnest thing around. Probably need to make sure that we have at least one mill here. At least one warehouse. Which will be accepting, let's see, what was it, hemp? 8 hemp, what else? Ceramic, 8 ceramic. 8 bronzeware. 8 silk. Damn it, come on. No, I did actually properly delete it. Cool. Alright, and then we need to market stalls. One for food, one for hemp, one for ceramic, one for silk, and one for bronzeware. And this should allow us to fulfill that objective quite nicely. Alright. Should also allow me to build more of... No, not yet. Okay. We have to be a bit more patient. But yeah, having to wait for those people to appear, the traders to appear, does make me slightly uncomfortable. I feel like I'm way too dependent on Wu at the moment. So we should reach out to some of our friends across the land. Send them small gifts of wood. Or trademark commodity, right? Yeah, how is the one that's been burned to the ground? Ah shit, I just sent him like 16 stacks of wood. Oops. My bad. But yeah, I think our silk industry is doing their job quite well. I still think I should be expanding the silk, all things considered. There's a capacity of 36. We're only producing roughly about 16. But you know, you gotta start somewhere.
Did you pack everything?
Yes. Spinning plates, hoops to dive through, tables to balance on. We got it all.
We got it all, apparently. Now that's gonna hurt my, Yup. That's 20 workers gone, just so I can build an acupuncture clinic. But that does give me ornate apartments. I still think it was worth it in the end. Let's make sure that the neighborhood appeal remains satisfactory for most people. Especially at the corner places. I think we now have pretty decent control over this area, which is quite important. Very important. Alright, we also still gotta build a temple, which is something I gotta be very much aware of. So yeah. Ancestral Shrine is still needed. Tasty food. So what are we missing for tasty food in that case? We have fish, rice. Alright, well anyways, like I said, we need to reach out to some of our friends. For example, Ping Yang is a great alternative trade partner as well. They're quite displeased with me at the moment, but let's appease them quite nicely. If we send them a nice small gift of weapons. And also, I think I might actually want to set up a... Oh, fuck me, I can't believe I'm saying this. I think I might actually need to set up some more houses. Kind of really don't want to do that, but I don't have much of a choice at the moment. Yeah, we need more silk production. The problem is, my unemployment isn't that fantastic most of the time. Right now it's actually looking pretty hot. But quite often it's not looking pretty hot. What was that? Ah, population milestone, 3,000 people. Let's hope that this will be enough. Because I notice quite often a lot of these places are not working at all, which is 100% my fault. This building needs access to a road. But yeah, with a little bit of luck, we can actually start phasing out some of the other jobs and simply import the food instead, for example. Maybe import ceramics. And if we can do that instead, that would be significantly more beneficial job-wise. I probably gotta set up a irrigation pump right over here. Set up this little stupid irrigation ditch, you can't be serious. This will do the trick. There we go. Yeah, we're still rebelling. That's cute. Pingyang is grateful for the weapons employees needed. Now that's something I definitely don't want to hear. Why? No clear indicator why, which is even more terrifying. They want tasty food. I guess for tasty food you need 4 different Yep, 4 different food types. Gotcha. Alright, how would you even get different food types in here? Holy crap. Man, cash-wise we're doing so great though. I think we're finally in a position where I can actually actively say that I feel very safe. Yeah, that was a really close call with the Nomad camp. To be fair, that completely spiraled out of control. Let's be honest about that part. That completely spiraled out of control. There we go. Okay, so I need some ceramics over here. Bronzeware. And I need to establish more trade routes. So Pingyang is apathetic. Let's see if they're willing to open up a trade route. Anyi is willing to buy ceramics of us. They're also producing salt and wood. Salt, wood and game meat, which might be worth buying. Also, they need literally everything we produce over here. So let's also reach out to Yulin. Didn't I give them like a giant stack of wood earlier? They need bronze, bronzeware and salt, and they're willing to not sell us that much interesting items. That many interesting items. I probably need to buy the bronzeware. That's probably what we're gonna be doing, buying that. Yeah, nobody is selling any of the other crucial components that we could use, so most of it seems to be items we're gonna have to produce natively. And look at this massive silk farm. More appetizing food. Okay. That remains one of my main concerns though. We're gonna need to build at least one additional housing block. I kind of want to isolate it partially, because I'm very afraid that otherwise there's gonna be a run on my stores. On the other hand, if I'm gonna be isolating it, it's just gonna cause more issues down the... Aw, trade agreement rejected? Really? Okay, fine. How about send you some more weapons? I sent you some more wood. Wait, already did. Yeah, I'm not sure how we're gonna be able to pull off tasty food at the moment. Well, let's push forward at the moment. Crippling myself by wondering what could I possibly do next is not gonna help me out at all. Oh yeah, this is how we did it, wasn't it? Now I feel stupid. 10 out of 10 me. 10 out of 10. Anyways, by building this second housing setup, we should have enough people inside our cities to basically be quite happy with us. Basically. So one person is going to be running a well, the other is going to be running probably a watchtower. There you go. That wasn't a watchtower, by the way. I'm an idiot. I don't think an acupuncture makes that much sense. Herbalist stall does make sense. Let's go. And we probably also very soon are gonna need to build a what's it called? That one particular thing. Yes. We need to build a thingy-majig. There you go. The thingamajig is gonna be great. Wood, hemp, ceramics. Last but not least, we're also gonna be needing, what was it again? Acrobat school. We're gonna need a roadblock. We're gonna need a Spectre Tower. Oh my god, there is so much to build. This is wow, rough. So much to build. Yeah, let's just quickly build an expansion, right? Should be done in no time. What do you all say? Right, and this will be accepting at least hemp, 16 of it. And it should be accepting, besides hemp, also ceramics, 16 of it. Connect this to the main road. There we have it. And we'll pull through one additional road right over here. But yeah, this is gonna cost us more jobs, which is the only worrying part. But yeah, we need to get our hands on tasty food, and I think importing game meat is a good first step. Happy New Year! Right, I'm gonna reach out one more time to these people and see if they're willing to trade with me. Doesn't look like we're building up a backlog of silk whatsoever. Okay, that's really good. Trade has opened with Yulin. And Yulin over here, be able to help me out quite a bit. We're gonna be selling wood, weapons and silk here as well, and we're gonna be buying the game meat. Which means that eventually I'm gonna have to double down as well on the industry over here. But first, let's activate these buildings, because apparently I forgot to turn them back on. Big rip. Can I build an additional fort yet? Yes, I can. Alrighty. Look at this. Hey there, chocolate. The gals are taking a break as we're treading through ancient China. Oh my god. Wow, alright. Oh, now we're building a small army. Excellent. More people are moving in, which is also quite great. Hope you're doing fine though. So we're probably gonna need something like, what was it, a shrine? Yes, an Ancestral Shrine. How was your day? Oh man, it's been pretty stressful. Know what to say, stressful day means that you've been, just very stressed. There is no good comeback for that. Hope your day was fine. What am I missing? I think I have everything I need, right? Land food, but don't we have a food stall? Oh, I know.
You worry.
There we go.
I think we'll prosper here.
Music, ceramics. Ceramics remain awfully empty, to be fair. Let's limit this to 12. It was a work day, and for me a 12-hour shift. Man, that's quite a bit. That is quite a bit. Right, we're still supposed to oh yeah, let's make sure we appease the gods as well before they get very angry and flood everything. Glad to hear that that was doing fine. It was fine. Alright, come on. We can get our hands on ceramic, I know we can. Any day now. Maybe I gotta double down on some of the ceramic production in that. Oh lord. It's a lot of unemployment. I can easily solve that though. Here we go. Ah, the plinging of the mines. If we get some more weaponsmiths, we might be able to build up a stockpile of weapons again. Okay, this is insane. I'm just saying, this is truly insane what I'm doing here. There's no way I'm gonna be needing this many. That's cool. Yeah, I think this place is quite oversaturated. Let's keep this reasonable. Perfect. And in the meantime, these houses keep growing. Once they have ceramics, which might take a while, they're gonna be doing quite great. Let's quickly set up some kilns over here. There's so much movement currently going on. Fire in the city, weaponsmith. Ah, shit. That is 200% my fault. This doesn't look like Battlegirls, that's right. Instead we have battling Chinese. Which is a nice break, I'll admit. Yesterday the game was driving me quite a bit mental. More so than usual. Speaking about more so than usual. Ah, shit. Collapse building? How? Oh, I know how. Shit. Alright, so how close are we to our objectives? So at least the population is done. Next up, we're gonna have to build a temple complex as well. Let's get started on that. Let's... Oh, jeez. That's a lot larger than I anticipated. Oh boy. Yeah, we'll try to squeeze it up here. Why not? Let's see. What can we do? I thought you played XCOM as some sort of mental workout regime. Sometimes XCOM plays me as a mental workout regime. And it plays me good. This thing is rather freaking large, isn't it? I don't even think I can build it anywhere. Oh no, this is awful. Oh, hold on. Bingo, found it. Nice and secluded, just the way I like it. So this looks to be a massive project. That's gonna be fun. And base defenses are something else, alright. 2 carpenters, 2 masons, 2 ceramists. Probably need to set up a stockpile over here that is going to be getting wood. 16 of it. It's going to be getting ceramics, 16 of it. Ah, and stone. It's going to be getting 16 of that as well. Even though we're not currently producing stone. I was never big on monuments in the impression games. It's pretty difficult for me because I partially like them, partially it's a bit of a hassle. It's these one type of things that you set up and you're done. But you're having this big building that you're slowly building up. It's the building progress, which I think looks pretty neat. Yeah, that is definitely a problem. The fact that they tend to black out the sun in half. And they don't really fit in nicely either. Like, I know there's a monument that once you've built it, a lot of the outer edges disappear. And it just doesn't fit in quite nicely with roads. Employees needed, how many? Oh, that's quite a bit. Problem solved. Right, so, next up, stone quarry. I think Zeus, especially Zeus, had a problem with some of the things that you could build. The initial thing that you put down just didn't match up with the final building that was built, which was usually a significant chunk smaller. I say significant, it wasn't actually that much. Look at them go. Okay, so where does this put me? How the hell am I gonna get tasty food? Game meat. Wasn't there somebody who was willing to sell me game meat? Yes. Then where the hell is it? Alright, I'm gonna have to reject game meat basically everywhere. Yeah, definitely not worried about this. Not worried at all. Also, I think I need to up my silk production right now. Happy New Year. Yeah. Wow, population milestone of 5,000. That's not gonna backfire. Where are you going, buddy? You're not supposed to be there. Right, let's get some more weaveries because we are overflowing with raw silk. Oh, and let's make sure that everything doesn't explode because I always let stuff explode. A massive silk farm, that's insane. Right, so when it comes to trade routes, I think my plan was to establish a few more of them. So Pingyang is a naval route, which is incredibly unfortunate, so that's kind of off the table. So, needs, sells wood. What am I looking for exactly? Am I crazy or are we limited to 5 food types? I think we might be limited to 5 food types. Rice, fish, wheat, soybeans, and game meat. How the hell am I even gonna pull this off? I have no idea. Right, so where is this gonna end up? Okay. Heading in the right direction, okay. Come on.
I
Oi.
hate working in the family business. Maybe I
Damn
should
it.
just run off and
I gotta tell people off here. Hold on. Desired quality is... Yeah, okay, that's fine. Come on, you can do it. It's slightly frustrating. Oh, are you devolving? Why? Lacking plain food. Slightly frustrating, they're not picking anything up. Alright, I'm gonna build one additional food shop. Maybe that should trigger them to actually buy the good food. No. No, no, no. Damn it! Ah! Alright, well, I'm kinda stuck here. Why can't I get tasty food going? Why can't I get tasty food going? I mean, we still gotta build this Okay, well, I didn't realize that had actually happened. Hey there, Kaladin, how you doing? Alright. Crap. So, let's see, I am gonna be needing... What was it? Ceramics? 16 of it? Silk? No, not silk. Wood. Where's wood? Right here. 16 of it. And over here I'm gonna be needing stone. Where's my stone at? Did I ever connect the stone to the mainland? I don't think I did. Yeah, I did. Cool. Okay, that being said, I completely forgot about the gods for the last 29... Great. Streamlabs can moderate. Yes, should be. I think so. I'm using it for what again? I'm using it for the chat widget. Because apparently you need to authorize it to be able to moderate in order, rip. In order for it to work. Fire in the city, in the kiln. Ah, come on. And that's literally all it does though. If it does more, I'd be very concerned. So I lost the trade route to Quillen, obviously. We're gonna be selling wheat, weapons, silk. Well, actually no wheat, just wood, weapons and silk. Did you get flooded by angry gods? Yes, they felt a bit neglected, so they decided to take it out on me. It's a really lovely feature. If you forget about the gods for just a small amount of time, they will punish you. Yeah, they will punish you pretty hard. I think the worst event in this game is an earthquake. Which is like your entire city just literally explodes. And I think it queues it up several months ahead of time. So if you pissed off a god and they call a flood on you and then you start appeasing them, yeah, it doesn't work. They'll still flood your city. At least that's from my experience. It's a real blast. Ah, humble compounds. Excellent. This is exactly what we needed. So all we gotta do now is finish this temple complex. Alright, let's see if this is going to work. Right? Employees needed. Wait, hold on. Why is it employees need? Okay, that's fine. By the way, I'm gonna double down on my food stores just to make sure that everything flows adequately. All right. This is gonna take a while. Oh yeah, by the way, I can't beat the mission if I'm a vessel, so we should probably go to the... I should probably go to the nomad camp and just beat their faces in, which is gonna be incredibly difficult now that I think about it. But hey, we have an army, might as well use it. This is the point where I realize I can't actually I can't actually break free from the nomad camp. That will be so embarrassing. Play defensively. Pick a random invasion. Do it militarily. Military engagement. Yeah, sure. So if we can break them, we should be safe. And if that doesn't do the trick, then I just need to build some more elite housing. Which should more than enough suffice. Anyways, this temple is gonna take a while. Unji launches a attack. Wait, what? Unji, really? I thought we were friends. Here, have some ceramics. Anyways, there you go. We're no longer a vessel. We have now officially subdued the people of the nomad camp. There's so much silk. Oh no. We have so much silk, it's insane. But hey, on the bright side, we are now officially trading with the nomad camp. You know, because we kind of kicked them in their faces. And as a result, we can export some silk to them as well. And boy, they're willing to buy quite a bit. I wonder if we had some devolution happen somewhere. The nomad camp rebels, of course it did. Alright. This is not a beautiful city, not even close. But it's a productive city. And a productive city is a happy city. Unji, listen. Alright? Let's have an alliance. And get some good things done. Okay, I might have gone slightly overkill with all my silk, now that I look at it. I'll just bribe them away, if I can. 30k, yeah sure, bye bye. Alliance rejected? He becomes your ally. Oh, that's good, that's good. Anyang has launched an invasion as well. You seem to need more workers, I always do. Didn't realize there were 2 assaults happening. I'm probably gonna regret this a lot. But I definitely have the army to defend myself. And defend ourselves we will. Also, I probably should quickly go and check out how the gods are viewing me. Pretty sure they're hating my god. God, there's so many of them. Okay. We'll move everybody to the front line. Why are you guys not moving? Move everybody to the front line. Fighting was most likely a mistake. Yeah, look at that, neglected. There you go. Leave my temple complex alone. Oh, shoot. Hey, get back here. Bastards. Guys, they're already past us. Get back. Oi. You leave those farms alone. Imagine getting slaughtered like this. Alright, can I recall everybody at once? I don't think I can. Alrighty. Everybody, good job. I always like how the second that you send out your army to go and crush somebody, everybody tries to pouch on you. They're like, oh yeah, their armies aren't home, let's attack. And it takes them like 8 months to arrive, so by the time they're actually here, their entire army's back home already. Ah, ready to kick the enemy right in their bum. What's this? There is something here. Just don't seem to be able to see it. I did click it for a brief moment. Though I did lose an entire battalion, but that's fine. There. Or was it? No festival this year, that's really bad. I gotta check out what's going on. There we go. What's up? Why is there no festival this year? Oh shit. Oh no. I see why. I see what's happening here. I'm not too happy about this. We may or may not be running out of food quite rapidly. I might not have enough food to support my entire population. Alright, we have some unemployment, which is quite nice. We're no longer manning the towers. Let's build some additional farmhouses. Let's get some soy going, and let's get some wheat going. I should also make sure that we have one additional hemp farm operating. You know, just in case we're starting to run out of hemp as well. Employees needed, I'm okay with that. City needs more workers. That it does. That it does. So really all we gotta do is just survive until this thing's been completed. This is the entire temple, right? this is everything we're gonna have to build, right? Only it was that easy. We're gonna stop exporting wood because it's actually hampering my construction at the moment. Man, I can't believe this mission has taken me 2 hours. But at least we didn't have to restart, which is quite nice. What am I missing? There was something I was supposed to do. Yeah, here we go, max exodus because appetizing food is lacking. So food remains a crippling issue in that case. Let's see, Onni. Is there anything you can provide me? Sell salt and wood, nope. Like the main issue is a lot of people aren't actually selling any items. Actually, shoe. Shoe might work. Let's send them some cash. You know, to show them of our good intention. There you go. Ah, the gods, right, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna appease the gods so they don't punish my ass. Alright, and then we'll ask them if they actually want to trade with us. Just gotta make sure my city remains afloat, which means that we keep our population above 3200 and we keep the humble compounds going. Shoo, thanks for cash. And there you go, trade has opened up. Nothing a little bribe won't fix, right? Alright, let's buy some fish and rice. Right, so how are you guys holding up? 1 slab of clay is needed. Oh, I can take care of that. Alright, come on guys, you can do this. Okay, obviously you can't do this. Clay. You're interested in a trade agreement with Sweden. Ah. That's all I'm hearing every single time I want to establish a trade agreement. She respects you. That's new. Come on. Just slap in some clay. Anybody? No? I'm really hoping somebody's actually gonna pedal over some clay at this point. There we go. Should request an alliance. Yeah, sure. I guess they must have really liked my monetary gift. Yeah, so I think there is still an entire temple complex to build besides these, this basic temple. Or maybe I'm wrong, you know, maybe this is just it. Oh yeah, here we go. We're making some really good progress here. Look at those walls. What era is this supposed to be in? So, the game itself takes place during the entire history of China. Currently we're playing the Zhou Dynasty, which takes place during 750 before Christ, I suppose. I assume this is a C and not an O. So, yeah. 750 at the moment. This is the third campaign we're playing. And the previous 2 campaigns took place before this timeline, before this date. Yeah, sure, reduce building cost. That's broad, yeah, I know. But yeah, so currently we're playing the Zhou Dynasty, and I think the next dynasty will be the Qin Dynasty. Wait, that's the entire temple complex? And this doesn't look very 750 BC. Talking about... Are you saying there is no historical immersion?
The impressive new capital at Yi now stands proudly on the banks of the powerful
Proudly.
and unpredictable Yellow River. Unfortunately, the rise of our new capital has also given birth to a new sense of fractious independence among the many cities of the kingdom, the leaders of which no longer bow as low as they once did to the king of Zhou.
Uh-oh.
The winds of the bitter internecine warfare that blow over the lands to the north are not as violent here along the fertile shores of the Yangtze River. But the winds of change have been felt, and with them, the wise words of Confucius and the way of the Tao have arrived. According to royal geomancers, this location, evidently the site of an ancient temple, would be a most excellent place to establish a new city. If a Confucian Academy is constructed and shrines built for the followers of the Tao, your city's upper class will no doubt take residence in rather impressive compounds. Ensure that your humble citizens give proper respect to Confucius and to our ancestor heroes, for then it is very likely that they will be justly rewarded.
Alrighty. Oh no, we're gonna have to build an entire new city. Okay. City of Qin. Which... Oh yeah, that must be the ancient temple, right? This does definitely look like a challenge. Confucianism in 48 BC, yes. Or BCE, whatever the E stands for. Ooh, a hunter tent as well. 100 people in an impressive compound though. Oof. That is gonna be rough. Before the Common Era. Well, there you go. Yeah, BC is before Christ. That's why I started getting very confused about the E here. There you have it, it's BCE. Alright, let's see what we can do here. I'm actually highly concerned about this, but we'll see. I'm highly concerned about this. Let's see, so previously we had like what, 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I actually really like this setup, so we're gonna keep running with it for a bit longer until I hate it. Alright, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Also, I gotta be very careful with my cash. I can't go on a spending spree. The name of your city is Ying. Yes, it is. Apparently it is. Ying to or Yang. We have access to a kilnmaker, we have access to a lodging shed, to a weaver. We can grow our own silk, which is quite nice. I think this area needs to be dedicated to farms. We can probably squeeze in a little noble district right over here. Alright. Okay, well, this is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough. Alrighty, let's see what we can do. So, first of all, we need to set up a little residential wall. We only permit those things to pass through. And we built some of the grand ways that we're quite familiar with nowadays. Which will drain basically my entire war chest, so that's cute. It's one way of putting it. Get rid of this road because we don't need it anymore. We built some houses. Let's get a well. Let's get a herbalist. Herbalist. It doesn't work, does it? We need a watchtower. Anything that I'm missing at the moment? Yes. Uh-oh. Confucius Academy and a Taoist Shrine. It's about damn time that we got to play around with that, right? About damn time. Okay, that will take care of that. I'm curious how this is gonna mess up my usual build that I have. Sure, it's gonna hamper me in some way. We'll just have to see what that way exactly will be. Damn, alright, well, we'll keep it this way. Well, this is a nice little setup. I'll take it. So yeah, we now have a few houses. Let's keep those walls going so there's no undesirability that accidentally leaks through. Let's set up a marketplace. A common marketplace nonetheless. We install a food shop and then we're gonna go and fish. It's actually pretty fun that you can fish quite often on a lot of maps. It's a very easy way to gain a lot of food. It's just not very sustainable. I won't say sustainable, it's just it doesn't scale very well. But then again, what does, right? I wonder if I should have to go like that. Let's not actually forget this time to open up the gate. Oh boy, this is gonna be a tight squeeze, won't it? Alright, this is gonna be a really tight squeeze. Okay, I think this is a pretty good initial setup. Employees needed, as they're starting to trickle in already. Is willing to buy bronzeware. Anyang is willing to buy wood. That is something we're immediately going to export if we can. After all, it's a very easy resource. I wonder if they can actually go up. Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay. Let's build a, there we go, inspector tower. Build a little warehouse. And this thing is just gonna be stocking up wood. Milestone, 100 people. I think it was Anyang that we wanted to trade with. Yep. Alright, that's a very great initial start. And now all we have to do is just sit back and watch our city flourish. Then again, I can also set up food over here, which will be a lot closer by, and just build the elite district here in the back. That does sound quite appealing. That does sound quite appealing, to be fair. Okay, I think that's what we're gonna do. They need blend food. Blend food will be fetched soon enough. And this is where we're gonna be setting up our farmhouses. So right off the bat, I want to set 2 of them up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1 higher, so we have access to a road. This road right here. Okay. We have access to a cabbage. And we have access to a rice paddy. Oh boy, we get to grow rice. How exciting. I always notice that quite often I sound sarcastic, but I actually do really like the rice paddies. They look cool. They look neat. Alright, and this basically crippled me, financially speaking. Fun. Okay, and we're also gonna need a hemp farm. I'm kinda tempted to say like, hell, let's go for 2 hemp farms, but I think that is actually the definition of overkill. Think about overkill, we need 88 workers. Blend food needs to be delivered, which is gonna happen right now. Yeah, we have a very big problem. Oh boy. I did not anticipate this. These guys actually are not making consecutive circles. This is really bad. Oh boy. This guy is making consecutive circles, so I guess as long as they're going up, it should be fine. That's kind of like a 50-50 guess though. What was it saying about unemployment being incredibly high? Right, so let's look towards exports. What will be a prime item for us to export right off the bat? Game meat. Bronzeware is another one. Can I make bronzeware? I don't think I have access to a... Nope, no copper mine. Let's also set up a taxation office. And this is where the cost is starting to go up already. Yeah, let's build a taxation office right in the middle. And of course, I never reserved any room for a taxation office, so I need to tear something down. Perfect, right? I might need to import bronze to help me make my own weapons. Anyways, a paying pleb is a good pleb. Okay, so now that we have gotten that out of the way, let's double down on our wood production, because we're gonna be sacrificing our wood to the gods, which they will very much appreciate, I can guarantee you that part. And now it's time for me to start thinking about who am I gonna reach out to. So I need to export silk. Somebody who loves silk is Wu. Wu and Ping Yang, those are my two main exporters. It's gonna be fun. Also, I need to start thinking about importing food as well. But that's not here or now. Okay, all in due time. Yeah, I mentioned earlier that I'm gonna turn this into the Noble District, but right now I'm having second thoughts about it. I think I need to at least make sure that we have a weavery going. I hear a fire. A plain cottage, right, okay. Come on, there we go. Let's build a second inspector tower. Just to prevent any future fires from happening. Yeah, so, shoot. Because one of the inspectors came to help out. The lodging shed now collapsed. Okay, two of them collapsed. Okay, more fires. Guys, come on. Alright, are we stable? We're stable for now. Lack of housing prevents immigration, so all we gotta do is have heroes in our city for 24 months. That shouldn't be too difficult, and 100 people in impressive compounds or better. The latter one is the real challenge, so let's get going on that as soon as possible. I do not want to send my cash. My cash is quite valuable to me. Okay. So what are you guys missing? You're missing plain food. Well, we're working on that. Don't worry about that part. Alright. I mean, I think we have something solid going here. Let's accept fish. 12 of it. There you go. Cabbage. 12 of it. And then rice as well. 12 of it. But yeah, I'd rather try to avoid exporting food altogether. Unless we really need the money for it. Right now we're barely losing any money, right? Let's see. So last year we lost 6.6k. Most of it went to construction though, so that's alright. Oh, let's also set up a secondary warehouse that will be accepting hemp. Completely forgot about that. There you go. 16 hemp and 16 ceramics. Also, I should look towards exporting ceramics. I think Anya wanted ceramics. We'll see. Alright, now we're talking. Right? There we go, look at that. Look at all that evolution, isn't that beautiful? Keep it going. More people is better. Okay, so we have wood that's being created. We're selling our wood. I think I need to double down on the wood production though. I'm not even generating enough to appease to the gods. Because we're selling so much of it. Okay, so now we actually have decent sized houses who require appetizing food. I can work with this. We have room for 1,000 people. Immigration is limited by high taxes. They will figure it out. That they're just complaining. Is there a way for me to easily get to the other side? Yes, there is. Right over here. Yep, okay. This is not the greatest way to do this, but I'll take it. Right, this thing needs road access, so let's give it road access. Alright, and over here I just need 3 hunter huts and an inspector hut to prevent it all from falling apart. And this should allow me to start stockpiling some actual food. What was the message about? Workers needed, right? Yes, workers needed. How many workers? 2 whole workers. That's okay. But that's because we're currently not having any immigration, which should be fixed now that we're not taxing our people that heavily anymore. Okay, fine. How about no taxes? Right, population migration is stable. They said I don't see any migration at the moment. Past lack of festivals keeps people away. Okay, well screw you too, game. Screw you too. Gotcha. Anyways, let's send a measly small gift to Wu. Pingyang as well, I do believe. Here you go. Our previous city of Loi. Let's say hi to Shu as well. And let's start appeasing our gods before they want to murder my face off. Hey, it's Confucius. Confucius is the most famous person in Chinese history. His ethical philosophy became the basis for Confucianism, one of the China's 3 great religions. Taught filial piety, golden rule of empathy. He wanted rulers to lead by good example rather than by force. He started his career as a tax collector, but was disillusioned by official bribery and overtaxation. The Analect is a compilation of his sayings written by his followers after his death. When active in the city, he halves the cost of okay. Ooh, tax revenues are increased without additional penalty to your popularity. Ooh, interesting. Alright. Well, whenever we have a chance, we'll start a festival. Okay, so they're actually quite grateful for the gift we sent them. So, first of all, we have Loi over here who creates bean curds. We can definitely buy bean curds. Pingyang reduces cabbage. We're definitely establishing a trade route with Pingyang. That's a no-brainer. And we gotta establish a trade route with Wu. That's a no-brainer as well. But let's start with Pingyang. So they need salt, weapons, and the likes. Once immigration really starts rolling, Actually, let's already get started on this. One of the things I want to start doing right off the bat is set up silk farms. Why are you guys not hunting down here? And I'm gonna need one additional warehouse that's going to accept fish. Right over here. Going to accept fish, and what was it? Game meat, right? Yes. Okay. I have a really good feeling about this. I know I shouldn't be saying that because that's usually how shit hits the fan, but I have a really good feeling about this. Okay, I'll fix this at a later date. Right now it's fine. It's fine the way it is, don't worry about it. Happy New Year, here we go. We've done a festival. Everybody, welcome aboard. Also, you're now paying normal taxes, enjoy. I'll bump wage rate a bit. Okay, so now that we have that going for ourselves, it's time to start thinking about the silkworm sheds that I mentioned earlier. Alright, I think we can start with 4, and that should be fine. So yeah, I mostly want to dedicate this area to silk farms. That's 1,000. This better be worth it, because if this is not worth it, we're basically broke. Nothing new there, but still. 16 raw silk. 16 regular silk, there we go. And before you know it, we should be done with this mission, right? Once we have our silk industry rolling, we're unstoppable. We will be, I want to say the Silk Road. We will be the Silk Road, there you go. Silk Road that is bankrupt. I was looking at my cash dwindle away quite rapidly. As I'm claiming that I will be the Silk Road, it's like, Uh-oh. Wars are invading. Oh no! Why are you guys devolving? What do you mean you need some hemp? We have plenty of hemp laying around. Shit. Actually thought we had the hemp situation fully under control. Turns out we didn't. And guess what? Building more hemp, it's more expensive. Alright. Alright. No need to panic. Oh no, panic, panic, panic. We're broke. It's over. It's all over. Why are we barely producing any hemp? Alright, so the important part is that we establish a trade route with Pyongyang. We do that by sending them stuff. Enough stuff for them to be happy. In the meanwhile, oh no, 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 please don't. Please don't. I beg of you, buddy, please. But a small-time ruler just trying to stay alive. You have to understand, it's not my choice, it's not my decision. I'm the victim here. Okay, so it's very crucial that what's about to happen.
哦，这些蚕好漂亮。
Gets a... How is there Buddhism already? There is no Buddhism yet. Let's see. Our current religion, I do believe, is Ancestral Shrine, which is whatever that is. We originally got Confucianism, eventually we'll get Buddhism as well, and Taoism. No, wait. We already have Taoism. Recently. No Buddhism yet. Man, I'm on very thin ice here. I'm making like 60 bucks profit. Help. And I can work with this. I most definitely can work with this. All I gotta do is just go to my friends in Pingyang. Oh no, 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 we're boned. We're boned. Da 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 da. Okay. Don't be fooled, the game will lie to you. Apathetic. No, please don't be apathetic. Here, have more wood. How bad is it? That is really bad. Okay, I'm gonna turn off. This is what we're gonna do, alright? I am gonna turn off my ceramics. I'm gonna turn off my clay because we don't need it at the moment. Let's hope that that allows us... There you go, 82. It's manageable. Industry, commerce, agriculture. If I turn off the administrative city, it will help me out, but I won't be able to collect taxes. Okay, yeah, 14 sacks of rice, sure, take it. Not like I'm about to die anyways. Please open trade with me. Okay, I'm actually kinda tempted to put one of these on idle and put a few fisheries on idle as well. Whatever I can do to really save jobs. Until we have more hemp available to this. Though I don't think we're gonna be getting that much hemp. Ah, trade with Pingyang has opened up. Okay, so this is my lifeline right here. The trade with Pingyang. It's right here. Selling the silk. That is what's gonna keep me alive for the foreseeable future. Come on, traders. Come on, traders. Where's my trader? There he is. And ka-ching, we're in the positive. Okay, this is quite significant actually. Right. Ooh. We're still in the game for now. Let's go to industry. Let's turn on everything basically. That isn't too shabby actually. Oh. Okay, we're still in the game. The reason why we're not distributing ceramics is because I'm an idiot. Nothing new there. Let's distribute some ceramics as well. Make those houses grow. Produces rice and fish. Needs silk as well. In the meantime, let's not forget about the gods, because they're gonna get angry. They're gonna get quite angry. Alright, whatever we can do to satisfy their needs, right? I can lower the wage rate quite nicely. Alright, Wu's very thankful, and now we're gonna ask them to open up trade with us. I'm trying to think who else could I potentially trade with. Not a lot of people. I mean, I can try to negotiate with the Nomad camp. But the main issue is keeping stuff stabilized, and it just does not want to be stabilized. Turn off ceramics, turn off clay. Maybe we gotta build up a backlog first. Yeah, so because of what just happened, we lost out on a lot of immense wild pig. Sent one wild pig to me. No. No. Ah, shit, this is my boat? Really? Really, Wu? Wu BI. Yeah. Kinda screwing with me here, Wu. Well, whatever we can do to make this work. Damn, and they're the ones that are willing to buy a massive crap ton of silk as well. Oh well. I mean, I can always set up a little silk farm right down here. It's another possibility. Alright, let's make the best out of it. Okay, this will suffice for now. This is just gonna really mess with me, because these people are gonna be running all across the map trying to deliver silk. Sometimes you just gotta make do with what you're being offered. Even if it's a bad hand, you better play it. I wonder, could I potentially pull a road up here? Yes, I can. Well, that's cool. Alright, I don't have a good feeling about this, but I don't have a bad feeling about this either, so 50-50, right? More workers are needed. Of course, there's more workers needed. Where's my regular silk? Right here. Alright, well... I'm sure I won't regret this too much, right? Dispatch now. 8 bolts of silk. You greedy bastards. I feel like I'm being pushed around right now. Hey, do you notice how everything is now looking nice and big? What I'm talking about? Oh yes. We are not, most definitely not getting enough food though. Okay, Lowy can go and screw itself. There, I said it. Screw them. Let's go to commerce, not commerce, let's go to industry and re-enable everything. Oh, that's why all my food is running out. Oops. No, there is no need to devolve again. Please no. Alright, I'm gonna be turning off the administrative center real quick. I'm gonna turn off most of my wood sheds. Try to keep a lid on the unemployment if I can. There is no winning. That's the worst part of all. There is no winning. I feel like every single time I tackle one problem, it pops right back up the second I don't pay attention to it for 5 seconds. Yeah. This right here needs to finish. Alright, let's turn off the clay. God dang it. It's always the same. It's always the same. Come on, harvest it. They're not harvesting quick enough. Let's reduce this to a 2x2. Let's reduce this to a 2x2. I'm pretty sure that a hemp farm can deal with more than 2x2s. Any more than that, and they just don't harvest it in time. It's quite sad if you think about it. Happy, pleased. Happy New Year. Well, if you can really call it a Happy New Year, but yeah. New one has arrived. Oh, I can't make him any offers. Okay, gotcha. Right, let's go to our industry, resume normal operations on basically everything, and wait for those immigrants to flow in. But yeah, so we're probably gonna run out. Yeah, there you go. We're gonna run out of hemp most likely. Like I said, you know, you try to solve one problem and you look away for like five minutes and it pops right back up. Anyways, let's hope that this does the trick though. Turn off ceramics again. The more people work, the more effective it is. Keep working. You guys got this. Keep cultivating. We don't have it. We don't have it. It just keeps on happening. It just keeps on happening. There, that was a really good harvest. Okay. I think this once and for all has taken care of my my problem. My hemp problem. Alright. From this point forward we can just simply sit back and cruise forward. And we'll just keep celebrating Happy New Year. Employees needed. So, we have a sensible cash flow, which isn't 100% perfect, but it's sensible, it's sensible. Gonna build 2 more hunter huts, well, 1. And now we just sit back and we build that elite district. I can always expand the farm down here, let's be fair. Maybe that's what I gotta do. Oh, let's not forget about our gods, because I'm forgetting all about our gods. RIP. Okay, so. Elite district, and let's clear out a nice little area for it. It's gonna require a lot of resources, so this won't be easy. Let's say that I build it like this, right? I'm just gonna make one straight line. It's not the most efficient way to do it. As I said that, I now am considering bending that line. There we go. I probably should have first checked whether or not it would have been smart what I did. Guess what? It is not smart what I did. RIP. Let's remove that for now. It's all about making it work. God, I am spending incredibly aggressively, I'll admit. This is not the cheapest way to do it. And that Grand Way probably will cause some issues as well. Not the Grand Way, these rocks will probably cause some issues as well. Ooh, regard you more highly. Well, at least I solved the issue of those rocks are in my way. Definitely not the best way to do this, but let's see. Let's see where this wild trip is gonna take us. Okay, I am actually blasting through money like crazy. Okay, red residential wall right over here. I am going to be needing the following services. Actually, I am not going to be needing a well. I'm going to be needing an inspector. Come on, inspector tower, let's go. A watchtower, an acupuncturist, an herbalist. I'm probably also going to be needing a Confucianist in a Daoist building. There we go.
Confucius says, "He who keeps the old
That's all the basic
up-to-date
services.
and adds new knowledge is fit to be a teacher."
I think that's all the basic services at least. 1, 2, 3, 4. Body to the dinosaur. Get some more going. Okay, this is my basic layout and it only cost me my entire budget. It only cost me my entire budget. Okay, let's stop importing fish and wood for now. Fish and that other thing. Rice, thank you. Thank you, brain. And we'll keep making some sacrifices to our heroes. To our gods. Okay. Right. So all I'm currently waiting for is all I'm currently waiting for is basically 1, 2, 3, 4 for me to be able to speak. No, but seriously, all I'm waiting for is for me to sell stuff, which we just apparently did. Alright, so, Grand Market Square, let's go. People are allowed to pass through here, people are allowed to pass through there. I am going to be needing a food shop, a hemp shop, a ceramic shop. A draught. Wait, but why? What do you mean, angry ancestors? Get out of here. Nobody's angry, everybody's happy, we're having a great time. Don't lie to me. So next up, I am gonna be needing a bunch of warehouses. I am also going to be needing a a music stuff. Music school, we're gonna be needing an Ancestral Shrine over here as well, which I completely forgot about. Quite embarrassing if you ask me. What else are we gonna need? So yeah, sorry, this is going to be accepting 8 pieces of ceramic, 8 pieces of silk, 8 pieces of bronzeware. We need to buy the bronzeware. Bronze, silk, ceramic, and we need... what else? Hemp. Hey, we're getting somewhere. Um... 8 pieces of cabbage, 8 pieces of game meat, 8 pieces of fish, 8 pieces of bean curd. Done. What will be the next step? Well, obviously I gotta pay homage to my ancestors yet again, before they cause even more droughts to appear, because they're jerks. Right, the fun just doesn't stop, does it? I need an acrobat school. Okay, so that takes care of the basic things. Next up, I need a farm. This farm is going to be supplying some food. Get with the farm done here. To ensure that, you know, will always be enough food available. Half of it is rice paddies. The other half is cabbage. Okay, takes care of that. Then we need hemp farms. No feng shui to speak of. Rip. Oh yeah, employees needed. Not even surprised. Then I need to connect these two pieces, so you know, everything goes to hell. Oh yeah, there they go. There go the market ladies. Okay. Let's establish one kiln. Convert that real quick. Sorry, one clay pit and 2 kilns. So who was willing to sell me bronzeware? It was Anyang, so let's ask Anyang if we can... Oh, even better, Pingyang is also selling bronzeware. Perfect. So we have hemp, ceramics, food, bronzeware, silk. Also, building a shortcut in this area will be perfect as well, but I don't think we can. Don't think we can at all. Let's quickly see. Yes, we could. We could most definitely build a shortcut. But it will be very difficult to execute it properly. That's the shortcut we're gonna go for. Okay, here we go. Everything is not working as intended. Matter of fact, we have lots and lots of missing jobs. Wait, why are you guys leaving? You're not leaving, okay. Also, I think the bronzeware just got bought, yep. Gee, that's like minus 2000 right off the bat. Yeah, this is fine, don't worry about it. Nobody's moving to my city, so yeah, the expansion I just made was actually incredibly aggressive. I don't even know if we will be able to break even here soon. I'm gonna get rid of some of these fishing docks. Not yet, apparently. I'm gonna turn off my fishing docks. There you go. We gotta wait for New Year to pop around, then we will be fine. Famous last words. Why is it taking... I'm actually really surprised that silk is being stashed here, but nothing's happening over here. I'm trying to figure out why. Deliveryman is getting goods to export, well this explains. Yeah, so that's my main fear. They're not actually picking up the closest nearby. It kind of makes me think if I should move this this thing all the way down, but for now it's fine. Oof. A lot of my hemp has disappeared. Worrisome. Okay, so what are we missing? We need to establish a trade route with Lowy, because they will give us bean curd. So let's send them a crate of ceramics? No. There, let's send them some wood. Oh, I guess I can also send them some rice. In the meantime, let's keep appeasing to the gods, because the gods are quite angry at me. Let's also keep improving our main houses, so we at least have some more jobs available. Oh, there we go. There we go, okay. There we go, look at that. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Yeah, I think Feng Shui actually counts towards appeal as well, but don't quote me on that. Dear Lord, please don't quote me on that. Or maybe bad Feng Shui actually gives negative appeal. Either way, let's establish a trade route with the city. Once we have a trade route with them, I can import custard. If I can import custard, that is 4 food types we have access to. Bean curd, fish, cabbage, game meat and rice. On that notion, game meat should probably be restricted here. No, actually it can't be restricted. Okay. Let's go to industries and have our fishing industry resume normal operations. I think we're hanging in there at the moment, which is quite nice. But yeah, we still need tasty food. Which is the real challenge. Come on. I did send him a trade offer. Yeah. On his way. Trade opens up. Happy New Year. How about we improve our production yield? Okay, buy bean curd. It's gonna be great. Six. And game meat. No, I think 3 is more than enough, isn't it? Don't accept. Get, don't accept. And we'll also accept fish. We gotta import fish, we gotta import rice. And with that, I think we basically have beaten this mission. Import cabbage. Unless something very drastic and bad happens. Okay, we're done buying more bronzeware. And the minimum desirability here is tasty food. Okay, all I gotta do is make sure that no bean curd ends up in places where it doesn't belong. All I need is tasty food. I don't think I can get tasty food. This is embarrassing. Alright, we have 5 food types. But there we go. That should be enough, right? Right? Ah, shit, those little
If you want to
bastards.
keep track of
Okay.
it, you'll have to go ahead and get it yourself. And keep your hands out of my food basket.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, I'm actually highly concerned at the moment. I'm highly concerned. Happy New Year. God, an entire year has passed already? You know what I keep forgetting about? You know what I keep forgetting about? The gods. And the gods are the ones that I'm really just limited by, let's be fair. Your city needs more workers. I need to be very careful. I do not want my entire city to crash while I'm not paying attention. Let's also make sure we quickly save, you know, just in case something really bad happens. But I don't think at this point something really bad can happen that I'm not expecting. As long as we make sure that our gods are quite happy. And let's first get a god to come to our city. That might be nice. And we gotta make sure that god remains happy. There we go. Gotta make sure she remains happy. And we gotta make sure we don't go broke. Why can't I get tasty food? That really bothers me. I think it has to do with the amount of food units that are available. Basically, there we go, exalted. What am I trying to say here? Basically, if there's only like 2 pieces of something, they won't try to buy it. I don't know how this works exactly. Or maybe I'm wrong, that's another possibility. Happy New Year. Yay. Happy, happy, joy, joy. I'm missing fish. Are we really burning through our fish that quickly? Also, I think I'm being royally screwed over here. We're not gonna be able to sell enough silk because he keeps picking it up from the wrong place. Right, you're still exalted. Here, have some more wood. Well, I mean, if I know that I'm going to be needing more fish, I might as well build more fisheries, right? Though I am importing fish at the moment. Can I import it from other people as well? Or is that my only place? We're importing cabbage. Yeah, I think that's what I'll leave it at. I could try to hit up Shu as well, but that's gonna be rather tough. Or rather detrimental, really. Oh, here we go. Big bro, let's go. Here we go. Oh, we have an impressive compound. Oh, look how impressive it looks. That is 20 people per compound, which means that we are done. Oh, we got it. Yeah, we're done. We've done it, guys. Done it. And to think that this can evolve even larger. Also, to consider the fact that they're not happy with their surrounding environment is insane. I want to see what else they need in order to evolve even further. Really? Most appealing. What can I even do against that? Oh my god, what can I even do against this? No, that kinda scares me. Oh yeah, that's not very appealing, is it? Ah, damn it.
Noble Administrator, the insightful guidance you have provided to your citizens and your city has been excellent. Under your tutelage, the city of Ying has grown strong and prosperous. The teachings of Confucius and the way of the Tao are spreading throughout the land.
Oh, I can't believe we did it, guys. I can't believe it.
It is truly a vicious and troubled time that we live in, my lord. States devour other states, much as an alligator swallows fish. Weakness means subjugation, and neither can be tolerated. To protect the city of Handan and the kingdom of Zhao, you must see through to completion a critical portion of the Long Wall. Once finished, you can rest more easily in its shadow. In the meantime, beware. Violent enemies now ride the wind on fast new steeds armed with iron weapons. Powerful new engines of war lay siege to unwary cities. If you study carefully the art of war and learn the ways of Sun Tzu, you will surely be better prepared for the trial you are about to face. Deposits of iron ore must be shaped into strong weapons for our soldiers. Our farmers will even benefit with more durable iron plows to better split the earth, increasing their output. Make good use of this new technology. You will find it important both on offense as well as defense.
Oh my. Oh, hello, great earthen wall. Oh my, okay. Oh, this is interesting. Where are we on the map? Oh, Handan. G. Anyways, this will be for next time. We're gonna be building a wall, we're gonna have iron, we're gonna kick ass, have some fun, but not today. Because I'm pretty sure if I do this mission, it'll be up until like 4 AM. So yeah, that was it for today. I'll probably be back here in a bit with some XCOM, which we won't be playing for too long, but we'll be playing a bit of it. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you next time. And yes, Maltcom, have a good one. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back in a sec. Well, sec.